7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, hello.
Howdy.
What's going on?
It's like it's been like 24 hours since we done.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Jared, let's be honest. It's only been like 8 hours since we were talking.
Fucking not even, dude. We go back and forth in the fucking chat all day long.
Well, I mean, Jared and I were on video like until like 10 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, no. Let's continue our conversation here.
Yes.
We were talking about My Adventures with Superman, which is just started season 3. It's what episode? There's 3 episodes out, or 4? 3 or 4?
I think we're on 4 now.
3 or 4.
And
The show is really good. Like, it's really different.
yes.
Like, it's very anime inspired.
Yeah.
Which, and not just in art style, but it shares a lot of pacing and you know, more stereotypically Japanese anime characters and things like that, and it works. Like, it works as a very different take on Superman and it being its own thing. And I appreciate it for that. I'm sure there are a lot of Superman purists who don't like it.
The biggest thing I've seen people complain about it. I haven't watched myself. Can't really say. They say they kind of made the villains looks kind of boring.
Well, they're very generic animes looking. Like, everybody's kind of got, like, especially the bad guy. Well, in the first season, honestly, the second season and third season so far have not been that way. But in the first season, it was very much all the villains had kind of a, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but they all kind of had ties back to a specific thing. Mm-hmm. So their power sets and costumes and armor and all that kind of stuff had a very similar look.
It reminded me a lot of the MCU, where every villain's just someone who's mad at Tony Stark and uses rip-off Tony Stark technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was primarily just in the first season. Now, some of those characters are still around, but they've changed since the first season. Mm-hmm. But there was some of that. I like it just because it is very much an anime take on Superman, but they really haven't changed Superman. Like, he's still, you know, just pure Clark Kent goodness.
Yes, and they're not straddling that line between Superman and, like, making it different. They're fully embracing the different, and I think that's doing a lot for them.
Yeah, well, because it's nice because they're not just. I mean, I guess to an extent they are, because it's Superman and Superman, you know, villains and characters, but they're not just like, oh, let's just change a little bit here or there because we want to do our own thing. They're like, okay, here's the world, here's the characters, let's just do our own thing across the board.
I've already seen people turning that Punisher and talking about turning it into Crossbones.
Yeah.
And it looks good. But yes, I've been in on it since the season 1, and
it took me a little while to get into it because I started watching the first season and then I stopped, and then I didn't finish the first season until the second season came out, and then I didn't finish the second season until this season came out, just because I always get fucking bored trying to wait week to week. But man, I like it. I feel like they didn't just change shit just to change shit. They're actually making something different. Like, I feel like this could be one of the different Earths from the Superman we know.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't know if you remember that I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2 when Mixie Spitalet came in. They straight up started going through different universes, including the Timverse.
Yeah,
and I'm curious to see this could absolutely turn into my adventures with Batman, my adventures with Green Lantern, which I think was a series they were talking about, but it's kind of up in the air whether it's happening or not. But this could be a universe.
Yeah, it could be the beginning, much like the Bruce Timm spawned off, Batman, Superman, Justice League, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's good, man. I like it. And I usually don't like when they take an American property and animeify it. Like I didn't like when they did that. They did that to all the Avengers, these little one-off movies. They've done it to the X-Men. They've done it to a few different characters. Marvel's done it several times.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually don't like it, but this keeps the spirit of all the characters, specifically Superman, Lois, and Jimmy, but just has that anime flavor to it. I don't know, man. It's really good. I like it, and I kind of want it to just be its own thing. That's what we were talking about before the show, because they're kind of getting into this season the whole death of Superman and reign of the Supermen from the 90s storylines. But the way they're doing it is very, very different. Like Doomsday hasn't shown up. I mean, maybe he still will, but he hasn't shown up. But we've already gotten Superboy, and we've already gotten Cyborg Superman, and we've gotten John Henry Irons in kind of a precursor to the Steel uniform, but not full Steel.
Yeah.
Um,
we're basically doing a Future Trunks arc right now.
Right. Yeah. And it's really good. And I kind of hope they just do their own thing and, keep going in their own fucking direction and not, just they're doing good. Have fun with it. Tell good stories. Again, they're keeping the essence of the characters, which that's the main thing I care about. It kind of feels like watching watching a what if story line for these characters. And I liked what they did with Cyborg Superman. We were just talking about that earlier. Basically, Cyborg Superman is a mix between Cyborg Superman and Metallo. He was basically like created by Lex Luthor, and he's got like a kryptonite heart and shit like that, but it's still Cyborg Superman at the same time. Like it was cool. Like I thought it was a good melding of two characters. Lex doesn't annoy me, even though at this point he's still young Lex.
Yeah. I thought Jimmy was going to get annoying, and so far I've enjoyed him. I've continued to enjoy him. And at first I was like, oh, he's just going to be that typical like modern geeky type person that. And he's great.
Yeah, Jimmy's a great fucking character.
I actually really, again, I like him with Kara. I like the idea of those two continuing their thing.
And that's been around in the comics for a while. Like, I remember reading stuff from the 60s, the old comics that my mom had, and Jimmy always had a crush on Supergirl.
They tried to do it in the CW as well, and it didn't work as well there.
It doesn't work because that was not Jimmy Olsen. I don't know who the fuck that was.
That was a good character, but it wasn't Jimmy Olsen. I liked him. I liked his actor, but that was not Jimmy Olsen at all. No, man, they're doing their own thing, and it's cool and it's fun, and it's fun in the same way that the 90s animated series, Superman animated series was. Like it's just fun. It's fun. You're watching a good character who's not being deconstructed, because nowadays they always want to fucking deconstruct and mythologize characters, because they feel like, I think, you got to knock down the character to tell the story you really want. And they're not doing that with him at all. Like, they're, every episode that goes by, they're building him up. And yeah, it's a young Superman, so he hasn't been Superman very long, and they're building him up into this better and better character every time, but he's still got that pure core of integrity to him as a character, as Clark Kent, always, which is great, because that's what you want from Superman. You don't want this fucking like we gotta bring this character down and show all his flaws and fuck him up, and
just deconstruct him down into nothing because we fucking hate white males or whatever the fuck they do nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
It's like there's a little bit of an undertone of like, I wouldn't even say that. I was gonna say it's avoided being extremely preachy and like woke so far without being like too overly in one direction or the other.
So here's the thing. Like, okay, so you've got Jimmy Olsen, who in this is black. Doesn't affect the character at all.
Nope.
He is pure 100% Jimmy Olsen. You've got Lois Lane, who's half, I think she's supposed to be half Korean. Is it Korean?
I think so.
I don't know what I believe it, if I remember, because there's that one episode where it's her and her dad. She's having a memory of them in the woods when she was young. And I feel like he was telling her like a Korean mythology story or something like that. Yeah. About her mom and stuff. So her dad is still, General Lane. Although I like what they've done with him too, making him not just General Lane, but like way more involved in like the
Amanda Waller and
he's even a good character.
Do you have the touch, Jared? Do you have the cheese touch?
Have the power?
I muted myself because I didn't want to get a copyright strike on your channel.
I like Tomboy Lois. She's great. I've been enjoying her the entire time too.
It's good, man. It's a good show. It's a really good show.
It is awesome that you can plug this in with USB instead of just batteries.
Yeah, that's how I've got mine going. Just plugged in. And
I just got the batteries in right now, but I'll eventually do the USB. Does it turn off by itself?
Yeah, the batteries will turn off after a while. When you plug it in, it stays on until you unplug it.
Oh no, it twinkles. You can't really tell.
Yeah, it's got. So when you take the front off, there's like a motor on the outside, and it like spins.
Oh. Start playing the music.
First Megatron got us a strike. Now Optimus is trying to give us a strike.
Dude, did you get a fucking demonetization thing on last night's chat?
I didn't, but I don't have demonetization, so.
I did. I got a thing of something about last night's chat was because it said we played something. I don't know what the hell we played last night.
I don't remember playing anything.
I don't either. Like, we were just showing websites for stuff. But I don't, unless it was that the only sound I heard was when you got on that fucking betting pop up or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. But I got a thing saying your chat cannot be monetized due to copyright. Blah 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 blah. blah. I was like, okay, well, I don't know what the fuck that is. But
I don't have any notices of any kind on.
No, I just thought it was weird because I don't remember us playing anything.
I mean, it was like for a split second.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I honestly don't know what it was, but
yeah, it's not showing anything on my end. But
yeah, who the hell knows at this point? It says we played something called Monster Jam Tacoma Washington 4 full event.
What?
That's what it says.
Tacoma, Washington.
Monster Jam Tacoma Washington 4 full event from September 21st, 2025.
As in monster trucks?
I don't know, I guess. Monster Jam, that's what it says.
Well, I think you should challenge that because I don't have it on mine, and we didn't play anything like that.
I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. I was like, I don't remember that at all.
There's nothing on mine. Of course, I hate the new StreamYard. I mean, not StreamYard. The back end for YouTube now.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, everybody who likes Superman should go watch My Adventures with Superman. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. And go into it with an open mind. It's not the same Superman that you're used to.
Well, Superman is.
And I will say, I hated the new costume at the end of the last season, but it's growing on me the more I see it.
I like it, dude. I like
the gold
shoulders and stuff.
Yeah.
And gold line above the symbol. I think it's cool. I'd love to have an action figure of that.
Yeah, I have no claims, no copyrights on last night's stream.
It's all Matt. Matt's the only monster truck enthusiast here.
Apparently. We're going to talk about another show, but before we talk about another show, I want to get into the Odyssey. So I did talk about this a little bit on last night on my other show. But I want to get into it. But by the way, I presume neither of y'all have taken the time to watch this fucking movie.
No, and
Okay.
if I do, I don't care about anything. So
okay, so that there's no spoilers, okay, because it's the fucking Odyssey. Like, I'm sorry if you've never read the Odyssey or watched any one of the probably like 15 different adaptations that have been out now at this point. If that's you, then I don't know what to tell you.
You've had 2,800 years,
Yeah,
to experience the Odyssey.
There's So if I give away something in this movie, I don't know what to say, because I mean, fuck you, I guess. I don't know. But okay, so I fucking two things that I love: Greek mythology and Christopher Nolan. So and we talked about this before, was very excited for this movie. I did get knocked down a big peg once the trailers dropped, because, well, two main reasons. One, the casting was a sure sign that somebody was not taking the source material seriously. Okay. Again, we've talked about this before, and everybody's like, that's because you're racist. No. It's just clearly you're going to have fucking some 110-pound girl play a Spartan warrior. Excuse me. And have a black Helena Troy. You clearly don't take the source material seriously, right? Like, you're trying to do your own fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was reason number one. That was like a sign that, oh shit, maybe they're gonna fuck this up. And two, in the trailers, the dialogue was fucking horrible. Like, everybody was speaking with American accents and using very modern American colloquial language. Okay. So I definitely had my walls up as far as whether or not this was going to be any good. So I dropped my expectations enormously, even though I can't think of a Christopher Nolan movie at this point, but that I haven't liked. And again, I love Greek mythology for the same reason that I love superheroes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I like these big fantastical stories and heroes and all this shit, right? So anyway, I watched it yesterday. First of all, I'll just say that Ellen Page and Lupita Nyong'o are maybe in the movie total between the two of them like 5 minutes. Lupita Nyong'o, and of course you wouldn't expect her to be in the movie that much, because Helena Troy is not in the Odyssey hardly at all.
Yeah.
If we were telling the story of the war for Troy, then yes, she'd be in it a lot. But in the Odyssey, she's not in it that much, and she's not in it that much here either. What they did with Ellen Page's character was basically swap her out for a character that's not actually in the Odyssey, but I think is in another one of Homer's tales. I don't remember which one. I think it might have been from... Fuck, I can't remember which one. But they make her that character instead of the character that it was supposed to be, which is kind of telling, because there's some, if you watch the movie, there's some signs that maybe she actually was supposed to be Achilles, and then they just like removed some scenes, and the scenes they left in, they just referred to her as somebody else. Maybe, I don't know, it's hard to tell, but she was playing a character that shouldn't have been there. But again, her also, like, again, between the two of them, they were only in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. It's like 5 minutes of screen time between the two of them, right? But, you know, Ellen Page's fucking casting makes no fucking sense in any way, shape, or form in this movie at all. Like, they're just not. There's no role she could have played in this movie that would have made any goddamn sense at all. Lupita Nyong'o, had she played any other character like Callisto or anybody else other than Helen of Troy, would have been fine. I don't think anybody would have said a fucking thing. Nobody would have cared. But she's playing Helen of Troy, who was supposed to be the epitome of Greek beauty at the time. And clearly, that's not Lupita Nyong'o. Now, personally, I think Lupita Nyong'o's hot. I thought she was hot since I saw her in fucking Black Panther. But she's not Helen of Troy. So, but again, is that 5 minutes of screen time with those two characters enough to ruin this fucking movie? No, not at all. Is it annoying? Yes. Is it a sign that maybe they aren't taking the source material seriously? Yes. But we're talking a 2 hour and 40-minute movie. That 5 minutes is fucking meaningless for two characters that don't have any real weight over the plot or story of the movie. So that can be overlooked. What can't be overlooked is that the movie fucking sucks. Like, the whole movie fucking sucks ass. It's goddamn awful. It is, without a doubt, the worst thing Christopher Nolan has ever done. And I'm assuming he's been making movies, like, since he was 12 years old with, like, an 8mm camera. And I guarantee you, those movies were better than this piece of shit. I don't know how the fuck you take a timeless, fucking ancient, classic story full of fantasy and color and, you know, Greek mythology and turn it into the most boring piece of shit I've seen in fucking years. But he fucking did it. He fucking did it perfectly. I cannot tell you how visually boring this fucking movie is. It's like Christopher Nolan rolled in and was like, hey, you know, we should take, you know, a very bright, colorful, fantastical, Greek, mythological, over-the-top story and ground it in just dirty reality and put a fucking piss filter all over the fucking screen so that nothing looks bright and beautiful and warm or colorful at all. Like, everything's just kind of a brownish piss color all the fucking time. Oh, and I know, you know, the fucking temptress Cersei, who, with her beauty and sexuality, tempts fucking men to come to her, and then she turns them into pigs and shit and slaughters them. You know who should play that role? The bitch who played fucking the what the fuck was her name? I don't even remember her fucking name. The ugly bitch who fucking played in the last couple seasons of Walking Dead as one of the what was the chick's name that wore the fucking zombie flesh over her face? The main one, the bald chick. She was also the main fucking precog from Minority Report.
Oh,
you know that ugly bitch?
yeah.
Yeah, she plays Cersei? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, there is so much wrong with this fucking movie. And by the way, the dialogue, holy shit, the dialogue is god awful. And then not only that, but the way the dialogue is presented makes it 1,000 times fucking worse. Okay, so first of all, again, just like in the trailers, they're using modern American colloquial English, you know, so everybody's got a fucking American accent, even the British actors and fucking shit, which makes no goddamn sense, but whatever. And the movie opens up, and I know I told you guys about this in the chat yesterday. The movie opens up where they're in, you know, like everybody's, it opens up like you know, Odysseus has been gone for 20 years at this point, because, you know, the Trojan War was 10 years and then the Odyssey takes place over the course of like 10 years. So it's been like 20 years, and Penelope and Telemachus are there, and all these fucking people from all over Greece have come and like are living in their fucking castle, trying to wait for her to pick a new husband and all this shit. And so it opens up on like just a typical night after Odysseus has been gone for a long time, and it's in this big fucking, you know, like dining hall or whatever in the fucking castle.
Mm-hmm.
and it's all these suitors that want, you know, Penelope to fucking marry them and all this shit. And there's a guy stands up and starts telling the story of Odysseus, right? Odysseus fighting in the Trojan War. And this is going to come across as racist. I don't really give a shit. It's a black dude with dreads.
Travis Scott.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know who it was, but it's a black dude with dreads, Travis Scott, standing up, speaking like any motherfucker from fucking Detroit, telling the story of Odysseus.
And then the crowd went wild and trampled a woman to death.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, that's how the movie opens up. You know what I mean? Like, it's so off-putting and jarring to watch a Greek mythological story and hear shit like that, or to hear fucking Tom Holland, a British actor, go, "My dad's coming home soon." Shut the fuck up. What the no. This movie is just fucking awful. It's just bad. The cinematography is dog shit. The dialogue is horrible. The accents, there are no accents except for the fucking people who aren't American doing an American accent.
Mm-hmm.
They've managed to make even things like fighting the Cyclops boring. Like the Tempest, Callisto is fine, played by I'm blanking on her name. What the fuck's her name? Charlize Theron. It's fine, although they've like really drabbed her down. And Callisto again, supposed to be fucking like, and don't get me wrong, I mean Charlize Theron's hot, but like they like really did their best to try and like drab her down a lot. I'm like, it's supposed to be a fucking Greek mythology, and again with Circe being played by some troll of a fucking woman.
And
Like she's a fucking temptress. Like there's so much wrong.
There's not a single Greek actor in this Greek mythology.
You know what? I don't even give a shit about that.
I know,
because
but they're
remember
praising Moana for all the Polynesian actors and staying pure to their mythology. But
see, I wouldn't give a shit about that because I grew up in the age of where to play somebody who was Greek, all you had to do was be British.
I'm just
But
saying,
from their point of view, yes, it's very fucking hypocritical.
Yeah.
It's very hypocritical from their point of view. I don't give a shit. My favorite version of The Odyssey is the late 90s TV miniseries The Odyssey, starring Armand Assante as fucking Odysseus. I still love that fucking movie. If you've never watched it, it's a 4-hour Odyssey. It was two 2-hour movies. It was a miniseries on like NBC or something in the late 90s. And Armand Assante, fresh off of doing Judge Dredd, fucking plays Odysseus. It's fucking great. Go watch that version. That's a good version of the Odyssey.
So this is the second Christopher Nolan movie in a row to bomb.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
By the way,
fucking
I got to do. He came in while we were talking last night. He's on.
Nice.
I saw people complaining that there's no boot swivel. It's built on the Punisher body, the new Punisher body. You're just.
Oh, look at that! Wow.
You're just pussies.
Yeah.
They are keyed to the fit of the lower legs, so you just gotta give it a little. Boop.
You just gotta break his ankles a little bit.
People are fucking morons.
Yeah, I heard this. I heard the standouts for the Odyssey were Robert Pattinson, and I heard Matt Damon was decent for what little he was doing.
So here's the thing about Matt Damon. Matt Damon, honestly, I think
Austin.
I think Matt Damon did a good job, but he really just he did not come across to me as Odysseus. In every version of Odysseus that I've ever seen, Odysseus is an over-the-top strategic mastermind. And even when they replay the whole Trojan horse thing, which was Odysseus, that was his thing, right? They don't focus on like, oh, that this was his idea and he's this fucking genius that figured out how to get into the walls of Troy and blah, 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 all this shit, right? They don't focus on that. They just focus on the aspect of his character that just wants to get home. And that's like, he's a one-note character through the whole movie. They don't show the intricacies of the character of Odysseus. That being said, Matt Damon did a good job at that with the material he was given. And I think he would have done an even better job had they made the character, they had fleshed out the character more to what the, and that's another thing about this whole movie. And I think it has to do with the fact that Christopher Nolan had come out and said he based this off of, what's her name? It's like Emily something. She rewrote the Odyssey in like 2013 with like a modern fucking take to it and stripped a lot of the fucking heart and meaning out of it. And it was apparently a best-selling book or some shit. And he based his version of the Odyssey on her book, not the original Odyssey. Because again, a lot of characters are like that. They're stripped down to like one-note characters. So, but he did fine. I didn't have a problem with him. He did not stand out as somebody that was like, oh, what the fuck. Robert Pattinson, I don't know why people are giving him praise, because honestly, he was just a dick. Like, he was just a dick in the movie. That's all he was. He played the dick who really wants Penelope to marry him. He just played like your typical fucking bad guy. Like, it was, again, very one note. There was nothing that stood out. I'm hearing the same thing. Mr. Scary says, I heard the standout was Anne Hathaway. Not really. Because here's the thing. Nobody stood out in this fucking movie. Again, she's an extremely one-note character. The only thing they focus on with her character is that she does not want to marry anybody else and just wants Odysseus to come home. And every piece of dialogue she fucking has only ever references that.
Every time I see Matt Damon, though, like every movie, like he's playing some kind of foreign actor. I just think that the Sam Adams commercials, like your cousin from Boston.
Yeah. And then fucking Tom Holland was fucking awful in the movie. I'll be honest. I don't think Tom Holland's a great actor anyway. Like, I think he does fine with Spider-Man. It's very entertaining as Spider-Man. But I don't think Tom Holland is like a great actor. I think he's an okay actor.
You made a mistake. Christopher Nolan's in the chat.
Hey. You know what? Christopher Nolan can go fuck himself, because seriously, like, I love Christopher Nolan, and he just, I don't know what you know what? This movie did not feel like a Christopher Nolan movie.
You know what
I mean?
This is
like, it doesn't feel like a Christopher Nolan movie. Like, if you're going to, so and here's the thing. Hold on. So the changes he made to this movie, one, because he based it off of the like slightly over 10-year-old retelling of this story by Emily What's-Her-Fuck instead of the actual original story. The changes he made in this movie were in no way big dramatic changes to the meaning of the story or to push any certain points across. It was just like, let's just do shit different than what people expect from an Odyssey movie. And his answer to how to do that seemed to be to dumb down the movie and make it bland and lifeless and fucking colorless. And again, this is a Greek mythological story where, I mean, dude, for anybody, and I've never been to Greece, but Greek culture and heritage and architecture and music and clothing and food is colorful and beautiful and over the top. And that usually gets represented even in some of the most schlocky versions of Greek mythology. Look at fucking Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. It was a bright, beautiful, colorful show, even if it was, Sam Raimi shooting on a shoestring budget in fucking New Zealand. it was highly entertaining, and it certainly played into the mythological, over-the-top aspects of the stories it was dealing with. And most Greek mythological stories that come out now, whether they be on TV or movies or things like that, try to stick with that because that is a theme of the type of genre you're working with when you're telling Greek mythological stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it reminded me? You know what this whole movie reminded me of? Remember that really, really awful fucking Hercules movie with The Rock, where they just basically took all the fantasy and mythology and stripped it out of everything and made it really, really fucking boring, and where you just didn't give a shit about Hercules anymore? Like, that's what this movie did to the story of the Odyssey. Again, everything in the movie is a mix of fucking brown and piss colored. It's like they just pissed on the fucking camera lens, give everything a brownish, yellowish tint. There's no...
It's got the Mexico tint.
Exactly. Like, there's no... The cities that they go to, or, you know, like there are characters that are portrayed in the original story as living in these, you know, grand palaces and things like that in this movie are living in fucking huts. Like, it's that level of, like, they just took everything. It's like Christopher Nolan was like, I want this to be really, really gritty and realistic. Okay, cool. That worked for Batman. That does not work for the fucking Odyssey, because you're just taking everything that makes the story entertaining and ripping it out of the fucking story.
Then they had the worst costuming ever, like the nothing matched period wise, clothing, armor, nothing.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't even give a shit if it did or didn't match period wise if the rest of the movie was good and entertaining.
Well, just saying, you would say something to be like a period correct and nothing but the costume and armor.
Yeah, nothing was, I mean, there wasn't really anything period correct in it. It was just...
It's like it didn't want to have this type of music score because they didn't have it back then. It's like, neither did they have like 8-foot men in like medieval like knights armor. They didn't have those either.
Yeah.
No, it was just not good. And again, I am basing that on my personal preference of somebody who loves Greek mythology a lot. It's just something I've liked. I know not everybody does. I mean, everybody's familiar with it, but not everybody likes Greek mythology a lot. I do. And Greek mythology, as I said, has always been big and bold and over the top and colorful and full of, you know, grand speeches and overarching themes and all these things. And he just took that, like I said, and just dumbed it down and put a dirt filter on fucking everything. Again, I cannot tell you how much it makes a difference to hear a bunch of supposedly Greek people speaking in an American accent and saying, my dad is coming home, or whatever the fuck. Like, or having Travis Scott fucking give a yo, 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 Odysseus is my boy fucking speech at the beginning of the fucking movie. Like, that's not Greek mythology. I don't know what the fuck that is, and if you wanted to do your own thing, fucking awesome, but don't do it to the Odyssey. If you want people to fucking like it, if you want to fucking do the Odyssey, do the Odyssey. And I would have loved a good modern, and by modern, I mean filmed now, you know, with modern CGI and all this technology. I would love a good modern take on fucking the Odyssey. I was very excited when I heard this movie was coming out. I fucking love Christopher Nolan movies. I like the ones people don't like. I know a lot of people don't like Tenet or Interstellar and things like that. I fucking love those movies.
All this movie is him checking the boxes for the new Oscar rules.
Which would be fine if the fucking acting was any good. But again, every character is so fucking one note. Not at all like their original story counterparts. I mean, even the relationship between Odysseus and Callisto, which is supposed to be a you know, romantic, complicated fucking story, is so cut down to very little screen time. There's no real explanation given as to why Callisto's been keeping his fucking, you know, been erasing his memory to keep him happy and to keep him with her. You know what I mean? Like, that's a complex part of the fucking story that they just fucking ignore altogether. And there's just so much removed from this movie, and I don't know why, but it feels like it was Nolan saying, let's make this more modern and gritty. Well, then I don't know, reboot Training Day or some shit if you want modern and gritty. Like, why are you doing this to the fucking Odyssey?
Or here's a crazy idea: if you want to do modern gritty, do a weird spin on it and do either a set in the modern times, or even like on another planet in a sci-fi type deal or something. If you're not going to stick to the original story, just roll with it.
But here's the deal: if you wanted to do modern and gritty, there's another story by Homer directly related to this one that you could have done, and it's called the Trojan War, where there's very, very little in the way of over-the-top mythological fantasy aspects. There's a little bit of it, but not much. Redo that one. I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, but Troy was done like 25 fucking years ago. Like, you could redo it. I mean, Jesus Christ, how many fucking Batmans have we had in the last 25 fucking years now at this point? Like, you could redo Troy if that's what you wanted to do a gritty Trojan War movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would fucking work. The Odyssey is an over-the-top, bold, colorful fantasy
with interesting characters, and it's interesting that he would dumb down characters this badly after what was that, the bomb one.
Oh yeah,
where he took very unassuming characters and made everyone interested and want to know more about them.
Mm-hmm.
Versus
you get the exact opposite here.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know how much was him or how much was that because I've not read it. I've read excerpts from it, and I'm aware of it. That retelling from like 2013 or 2015 or whatever the fuck it was of the Odyssey by that fucking feminazi chick that wanted to rewrite it and strip all the fucking meaning out of it and all that shit. I forget her name. Emily something. Emily Lake. Is Emily something? I can't remember. It's out there. Somebody can Google it. Tell me who it is. And so I don't know if it's that he based it off of that, or that he also wanted to like dumb it down and gritty it up, or if it's more than likely a combination of both.
Emily Wilson.
Emily Wilson. There you go.
2017.
2017. There you go.
Mr. Scary Teddy Prince said it in the chat too.
Yeah, Emily. Thank you. But it just, I don't know, man. It just it did not feel like the Odyssey. Again, even some of the fantastical elements, like the Cyclops, for instance, just bored me. It just bored. I was just bored watching this fucking movie. Now, redeeming point, sort of, kind of. The last 20 minutes were actually pretty good. If you can make it that far. Again, this is like a 2-hour and 40-minute movie. The last 20 minutes, and I say pretty good, part of that may just be relatively, because of the first 2 hours and fucking 20 minutes were so bad. The end seemed pretty good. But I did like the whole sequence in like the last 20 minutes when he does finally come home and that whole storyline plays out of, all the suitors coming in and trying to string the bow, and, nobody really knows who he is. I mean, a couple of them do, but nobody really knows who he is. And he's the only one that can string the bow and shoot the arrow through the axes and all that shit. And then he fucking takes on a room full of motherfuckers that are all trying to kill him because they realize it's him and shit. Like, that was actually really well done. The choreography was really good. And that was the only part of the movie where I actually like put my phone down and started paying attention because I hadn't been driven away by the rest of the movie. I say that facetiously. I did play on my phone a little bit while watching the movie, but that part made me actually go, oh, okay. So like the last 20 minutes was decent. Granted, the last 20 minutes have nothing to do with any of the high concept, fucking fantasy, over the top, colorful elements of the story. The Odyssey is just the part where he comes home and fucking basically proves who he is and then kills some motherfuckers, right? So that, I think, because of the nature of that part of the story, not needing to be colorful and fantastical, maybe that's why that worked, and I enjoyed that part of the movie. But dude, a 2 hour and 40 minute movie, 20 good minutes, like, no, that's not a good movie. That's not worth fucking going and spending money to see this shit. But I guarantee you, people are going to come out of the woodwork and say this is a fucking great movie and a masterpiece and all this shit. And it's going to be a bunch of motherfuckers who fucking don't give a shit about Greek mythology and have never read the fucking Odyssey. But because it's fucking Christopher Nolan and because they don't like the backlash, they're going to come out and say it's the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread. And this movie's probably going to win some fucking Oscars and shit like that and all this shit. Which is a shame because it is telling people, it is telling Hollywood that you can make dog shit. And you know, I don't know if this movie's made any money. I heard it was on track to make like $120 million.
Friday alone, the Odyssey made 51,200,000.
It's gonna make money, which is a shame because this movie's not good, and this just teaches Hollywood that you can make bad interpretations of shit that do not, in any way, shape, or form, preserve the spirit of the story. And as long as you check some boxes and as long as you get the right name attached to it and call it gritty and realistic, that you can make money.
From everything I've seen, the production looks like a TV movie.
Yeah, dude, the special effects are okay.
So does this feel
like wrong with them?
And I'm not even talking about a modern TV movie. I'm talking about like Sci-Fi Channel early 2000s TV movie.
So does this feel more like a 2013-14 era like retelling, like when we had like RoboCop and like a bunch of these movies that were coming out that were like the dark gritty versions that
No. Because despite all that shit, if you look at RoboCop, if you look at Total Recall, remember the Total Recall fucking reboot? There was something about those movies that was still entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they weren't trying to dumb down. Total Recall wasn't trying to dumb down the original movie, right? Total Recall was, in all honesty, trying to do something different, but was trying to one-up the original movie. Now, it didn't succeed. So I don't think RoboCop succeeded in one-upping the original RoboCop, but they tried.
Total Recall.
They tried to do something crazier, and like, if you watch, go back and watch RoboCop, which I like RoboCop and Total Recall, the reboots. They're not as good as the originals, but I like both those movies. Yeah. If you go back and watch it, man, they fucking loaded those movies with shit, trying to make those movies big and bold and over the top, and trying to take, the origin of those stories and fucking do new, bigger shit with them.
They could have done one thing. I think would have made RoboCop reboot successful. Not put them in the stupid black suit.
Let's see. I didn't even.
The suit looked fantastic.
Oh, the suit was awesome.
I liked his black suit. I think
tactical and black.
Yeah, it was a little goofy, but I thought
it does change up in the movie. But
yeah. I liked the black suit. What I didn't like is they took his gun and made it that weird like he's got like sleeper rounds or trank darts and.
Well, it's a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, they weren't letting him.
It can't be darker than the original. The original one was.
Yeah.
Well, where the RoboCop movie, I think, again, they tried to stick to the spirit of the movie. I think they failed with the RoboCop movie. The original RoboCop was very much a satire. I mean, it was a hard sci-fi satire of a lot of the things that Paul Verhoeven, who was the director, and a lot of things Paul Verhoeven was trying to make fun of, like television and news and corporate greed and all this shit that he didn't like, and he did it very well in that original RoboCop movie. The new RoboCop was also trying to play on making fun of or doing a satirical take on like big tech corporations and news media with like the Samuel L. Jackson character and things like that. Like it was trying to do the same thing. It just didn't pull it off successfully like the first one did.
Yeah.
But again, at least it was fucking trying.
Yeah.
The Odyssey was doing the exact opposite. It was trying to strip those fantastical elements that make the Odyssey out of the fucking movie. And it did. It stripped the color and the vibe out of the story, just in the effort to do something different.
If you're the review channels thought that the Odyssey was an amazing movie and had some flaws, you might need to find a new review channel.
Yeah, it was not an amazing movie. I would say the exact opposite. It's not an amazing movie. It had some cool stuff in it, primarily the last 20 minutes, but it was not an amazing movie. So I would go.
You know what was awesome? Transformers 1. That should have got.
Transformers 1 was fucking awesome. You know what I would say if you want to watch
He-Man.
If you want to watch Greek mythology, first of all, if you want to just watch just overly fun, goofy, but incredibly entertaining Greek mythology, go back and watch Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. That show was fucking awesome. If you want to watch what, in my opinion, is a good adaptation of the Odyssey, watch the late 90s Armand Assante version. That's like 4 hours long. It's a TV movie, and it's late 90s, so the special effects are definitely dated, but it's good. It's good. It's really entertaining, and it delves more into the characters are not all one note, and fucking Odysseus actually seems like an incredibly smart, brilliant fucking tactician and strategist and all this shit. If you want to watch something more modern with better special effects and you like Greek mythology, go watch the reboot of fucking Clash of the Titans. The sequel sucks, but the reboot of Clash of the Titans, I actually like the first one.
With Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another good one is what's the one about Perseus?
Percy Jackson,
no.
Lightning Thief.
Shut the fuck up. No, the one they did mid 2010s ish, or no. It was late 2000s because it was Henry Cavill right before Man of Steel.
Legend or something like that. It was
where he plays Perseus.
Yeah, it's called Legend or.
What? I gotta look this shit up. Hold on, because I gotta remember the name of this movie. It's actually really good, and it's kind of a very
Immortals.
There you go. And you know what? The one thing I really liked about that movie that I had never seen done before, and I don't think I've seen since, was the way they portrayed the gods in that movie. As like, usually Zeus and Hades and all these characters are old, gray-haired, fucking bearded fucks. And in that movie, they were like, fuck, why would Zeus be old? He'd be young and fucking ripped. And they got, I forget the actor's name, but Luke Evans? Yeah, they got Luke Evans to play fucking Zeus, like a late 2000s ripped Luke Evans, which I know that's coming across as incredibly fucking gay that I'm saying this was a good part of the show, but it fucking was, because usually they always portray the gods as old and blah, 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 blah. And like, well, they're fucking gods. Why would they be old? They would still be fucking young. They're fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
we're looking at you, Thor, Blood and Thunder, or Love and Thunder.
Yeah. All right, Martin, thank you for the super chat. 22 months is counting. This channel still for the best corn music. I love this. Is all Leo, by the way. Leo makes great corn music. But yeah, man, the Odyssey is incredibly disappointing for somebody who's a fan of the not just the source material, but the genre of Greek mythology. I
haven't watched Immortals in a while. I need to go back and rewatch that.
Immortals is a great movie. It's very much got a you can tell it was very, very inspired by like 300. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, that's even the advertising for it. Like the
yeah. Yeah, it's
From
fucking
the
great.
producers of the 300.
Yeah, but like I said, if you like Greek mythology like I do, there's way better movies to go out and watch. Again, Hercules' Legendary Journeys is fucking 6 seasons, I want to say, maybe 7, of just fun. You know, the original Odyssey from I say the original, it's not the original, but the Odyssey from the 90s, Immortals, Clash of the Titans. There's some good, fun Greek mythology
6
movies
seasons
and
of
TV shows out there.
Legendary Journeys.
Yeah.
Then you had like the spin-off of Xena, and
Yeah, which Xena was okay. I thought Xena got better as it went on,
yeah,
but I was not a fan for the first 2 or 3 seasons. It did get better as it went on. But yeah, the Odyssey is just really disappointing. And again, and I'll go back to where I started this, which is, and it had nothing to do with the casting of Ellen Page and Lupita Nyong'o, because they're in it so little that it really doesn't affect the story at all. It's a fucking footnote in the movie.
it's still hilarious. Like the best soldier ever. It's like got arms this big around. It's like
Yeah.
King carries like the fake armor she's wearing.
But yeah, for people out there that are fucking like, oh, I won't go see this movie because of Lupita Nyong'o and Ellen Page. No, that's not why you shouldn't see this movie. You shouldn't see this movie because it's fucking awful. Because everything else about it is just bad, poorly done, just across the board. The acting, the dialogue, the cinematography, just everything across the board. They took a beautiful story and made it fucking boring. That's what they did. They took a beautiful story and made it fucking boring.
Yeah.
So, and that's a real fucking shame. Because again, I love the only Christopher Nolan movie I'm not a huge fan of is Dunkirk. And it doesn't have anything to do with the story or the cinematography or the acting. It's just one of those fucking movies that I felt like Nolan put a twist in it that didn't need to be in it, and I thought it took away from the overall story. Because for those that don't know the story of Dunkirk, it is an incredible story of fucking heroism by regular British citizens during World War II. And he did this whole telling the story in 3 timelines gimmick to tell the story. And to me, it just takes away from the movie. I'd rather him just had filmed it, in one story, one timeline, right? Which he didn't do, and I thought it took away from everything. The story itself was fine, and his cinematography and the acting and the characters were all great, but it's just it was at that time where I think Christopher Nolan, and I don't think he really does that as much anymore, but I think there was a period in time where, because he got big because of Memento, he felt like he had to put some weird storytelling twist into it. Not necessarily a twist in the plot or having to do with any of the characters, but a twist in the way you tell the story.
Yeah. And
he felt like he had to do it to make it unique in his. I maintain Dunkirk would have been a better movie had he not done that. And in fact, I would what I would love to see? I would love to see somebody recut that movie, because of the fact that it's just a way in which the information is presented. You could rearrange that fucking movie and just have it be one straight timeline instead of you're watching 3 timelines going all at the same time. One takes, if I remember right, one is over the course of 3 hours. One is over the course of, it's like there's one storyline from beginning to end that's like 3 hours, and one is like 3 days, and one is like 3 weeks or something like that. I can't remember what it is. And he's telling all these stories simultaneously, and it flashes back to each. It's just weird. It just takes away from the fucking movie. Re-edit that fucking movie and do just a straight, and it'd be way fucking better.
It's like watching the first season of The Witcher. You're like, 2 episodes in, you realize, wait, they're time skipping.
Yeah. Richard McDonald, I have a fun soccer fact for you. All soccer is women's soccer.
I don't disagree with that.
And no, America, they keep pushing and pushing, trying to get Americans to like soccer. It's not real. No, we don't like soccer.
I don't care about soccer. Well, in my defense, I care very little about sports in general.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't like watching dudes in skin tight outfits running around chasing each other's balls. So
no. My thing is, I don't like watching.
I like superheroes,
watching,
but they're not chasing each other's balls.
Here's the thing: I don't like watching other people do things that I'd rather be doing.
Marvel DC, they can too.
Hey. Fair enough.
But anyway, let's talk about we've talked about the Odyssey for like 45 minutes.
Too
which
long.
is fine. I think it needed to be talked about and discussed.
There's a movie that came out this year. If you want to, like the mythological, like in Sword and Sorcery, go watch Master of the Universe.
You know, I came home yesterday and I watched that last night. I didn't get through it all because I was falling asleep. But after the chats, I put Masters of the Universe on. That's what I fell asleep to. Fucking great movie. That's an example of essentially a modern mythological story with beautiful, bright colors and tones, and it's a fucking great movie. Anyway,
sadly, it's not done great.
It has not done great, which is sad because much like Transformers.
Like,
although I will give the studios credit, they didn't just fucking shit on the movie the way Paramount did with fucking Transformers 1. They really pushed that movie hard to try and make it. They marketed the fuck out of that movie, so I will give.
Which was the opposite for Transformers 1. It was marketed, but poorly.
Yeah.
It looked like they advertised it as a little kids movie.
So let's talk about something good.
X-Men
97. Yes. This show's fantastic.
I only watched one episode.
Well, I mean, there's no spoilers. It's a cross between a Weapon X / Brood story, an original story. It's not pulled from any comics or anything like that.
Apparently, Maverick plays a big part because I've been seeing people are like, "Oh, you couldn't give away the Maverick figure now. Then everybody's paying $100 for it."
I don't know why. Spoiler alert: he fucking dies halfway through the episode. So does Kane, by the way.
Yeah. But it was good. It was a good.
No, it was great, dude. It was awesome. It was very much a and they played into it absolutely 100%. Like they knew what they were doing. They played into the whole aliens vibe of the episode. Like was it Maverick? I think it was Maverick that at one point it's like game over. like they played it. They knew they were basically doing like an alien story with the bird. And it was great. The whole season has been fantastic. I loved the first two
episodes. Uh-oh. The Brood got to Matt.
What?
Oh wait, you're skipping and freezing.
Oh, was I?
You still are.
Motherfucker.
You have a very concerned look on your avatar right now.
Game over, man. Game over.
I think you made Christopher Nolan mad. He turned out. Okay, you're back.
Okay. Let me know if I start skipping again. I don't know. But no, man, the whole first season was fantastic. So far this season has been fantastic. I actually really liked Morph in this week's episode.
I did too. And I keep expecting to get irritated with him pining after Wolverine like he's doing. But they're doing it well enough that I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's good.
I want the action figure of him in that fucking stealth suit.
Yes. Well, also, think of all the possibilities with Morph. Because of Morph, we could get an X-Men 97 Spider-Man figure, Thor figure. We could get
I love what they do with him just randomly. I love they don't explain it. They don't have to. They don't need to. Even if you are not a comic fan and you're watching this and you don't know some of the characters he just will turn into, I like that they don't even bother to fucking explain it.
See, I actually forgot about Morph for a second, like a week or two ago when he turned into Thor. I was like, oh, wait, when did Thor show up? What is?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, wait, that's Morph.
Yeah.
Now,
And I love it. They don't explain it. They don't go through. They don't fucking walk you through it like a fucking baby or anything. It's just like all of a sudden Thor or fucking Captain America or Hulk or the Thing or whoever will just pop up on screen and start kicking ass in the middle of the fight, and then they just fucking disappear, and you go, "Oh shit, that was Morph."
It's so nice to have it not be so burdened by all the like character rights things where we have these characters existing in universe now. Confirmed.
Yeah. But I really thought Morph, even in the first season, Morph did not really annoy me.
No.
I was not a fan of
nice
Morph in
to-
the first season, but he did not annoy me, and he's getting better in this season.
Well, I guess he's more like the Morph from the Time Hopping Exiles, which he actually his powers are more advanced. Because original Morph didn't have powers when he changed into people. He just changed into people.
No, he gets so this version of Morph is the one from the Exiles. So he's got basically he can mimic any physical powers of whoever he turns into.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing, like magical or mystical or like psionic powers and fucking telepathy and telekinesis. That kind of shit he can't mimic. Like he can't mimic Spider-Man's webs, but he can mimic Spider-Man's physicality.
Yeah, and I think he was doing a little bit of sticking to walls and stuff a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he can mimic the physical aspects of Spider-Man, which, by the way, he is the most powerful X-Men. Like, if you look him up, he's listed as an omni-level mutant, or I'm sorry, a mega-level mutant.
Yeah.
Like, because he literally can turn into the Hulk and fucking be as strong as the Hulk because he's perfectly mimicking, because his body's made of unstable fucking molecules and shit. He's perfectly mimicking whatever the physicality is of whoever that is. He's an incredibly powerful character. And like I said, whenever the fuck this week, it was very much a Morph-centric episode. And it was good. It was really good. They did a great job with him in that episode. I liked him a lot as a character. Which, Morph was originally, if you go back to, like, Morph was originally, he was a throwaway character. He was like, let's throw in a character that we can immediately kill off to give some motivation to the X-Men. Like, that's basically what Morph was in the original X-Men cartoon. And so it's cool to see him, like, being his own character and not just a plot device. It's great, dude. The show is fucking awesome. I love it. It's one of the few shows. I was gonna wait till the whole season was out. I can't. I have to watch it week to week.
It's good stuff.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else has come out. I don't know. You're taking the bullet for us twice in a row now with Supergirl and the Odyssey. So
Yeah.
Movies have just been kind of.
I'm just really hoping for some redemption next week with Spider-Man.
Yes,
Next week, right? Friday.
Yeah, next weekend. Yep.
Yeah, I'm hoping for some redemption. I've loved the Spider-Man movies. Some are better than others. But Far From Home is not the greatest. It's the weakest link in the Spider-Man movies by far.
Yeah.
But in general, I've liked the Spider-Man movies. They have never reached the heights of the Raimi movies, but they've also never reached the lows of the Amazing Spider-Man movies either. They've sat comfortably in the middle and been entertaining Spider-Man movies. So I'm looking forward to it. The trailers look good. I'm hoping, which, of course, Kevin Feige had come out and really?
Was that a seagull?
That was my fucking chihuahua. Jesus Christ. Kevin Feige came out after the end of No Way Home because of that final scene, everybody was asking about it. He's like, no. This is going forward. Now this is the beginning of a more comic accurate Spider-Man. Because of course, I mean, in the first 3 Spider-Man movies, Peter Parker was basically Tony Stark Jr.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what Kevin Feige said is, no, now going forward, we're going to get a more true to form Peter Parker, you know, a more comic accurate Peter Parker. No Way Home was like the evolution of him moving from our MCU version into a more comic accurate version. And I hope that's true. But even if there's stuff in it that's not, you know, in line with comic book accuracy, the movies have been entertaining. So I've enjoyed them all. So I'm hoping it's good. You know, I mean, this is the first Marvel movie we've gotten this year. I know we're getting Doomsday later in the year, which I'm hoping with the movie we get a trailer for. Although they might, and next week's SDCC too, right? So it comes out. We're going to get a fucking Doomsday trailer this weekend.
Yeah, I think so.
Either in front of the movie or at SDCC or both. We're going to get a fucking Doomsday trailer of some sort this weekend, if I were to bet. Yeah, that's the one movie I'm looking forward to. Now, later on in the year, obviously, I'm looking forward to Doomsday. I'm looking forward to Dune Part 3. That's another one I'm looking forward to. And are we still on track to have Doomsday and Dune Part 3 come out on the same weekend? I know that was a thing a couple of months ago that they were both scheduled to come out on the same weekend. Which all that means for me is I'm going to spend twice as much money going to the movies that weekend.
Dune is December 18th. Avengers is December 18th, same day.
Yeah. So I'm seeing 2 movies that weekend.
Yep.
So, because I do want to see both of them. I've loved the Dune movies so far, and I know they've kind of truncated the movies to an extent. And there's, you know, they've kind of moved some things around from the original stories, but it's been done very, very well. Movies are really good. I thought the second one was better than the first one, so I'm hoping the third one's even better than that.
Yeah.
They're good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm trying to think what other movies are coming out this year that I give a shit about. Spider-Man, Avengers Doomsday, Dune Part 3. I was looking forward to the Odyssey. That was fucking waste of time. Yeah, I don't even remember what else is coming out this year. I'm sure I know there's other stuff. Oh, Roland Tripp says no love for a Street Fighter. I will watch it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna go to the movies and pay to watch it though. That's not a movie I'm gonna pay to go see.
Super Troopers 3 is in August. Let's see. There's not a whole lot. Coyote versus Acme. That was the one that Warner Brothers shelved, and they finally got it to release.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. The whole Looney Tunes thing, to me, hasn't been good since Tiny Toons went off the air. Like, I didn't like all that Space Jam shit.
Resident Evil 2026.
Now, Resident Evil, okay, I do remember this. That trailer looked good. Surprisingly. The trailer did look good, which I you know, I don't know, man. It just looked kind of like a cool take of like, oh, you're just a regular dude caught when Raccoon City goes full zombie. What's that story like? Instead of focusing on a main character, you know?
It's like a fun movie.
I hope Mila Jovovich has at least a cameo in it.
She's not.
She should. She deserves it. Godzilla -0 is in November.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's one I gotta go see.
Oh, yeah. What would Baby Plucky think of the Odyssey? From Tiny Toons?
How does he go down?
Go down the hole.
Go down the hole. I loved Tiny Toons when I was a kid. I fucking watched the shit out of that show. Tiny Toons was fucking great.
They're toony,
I don't-
they're little loony.
I know we're all looking forward to Angry Birds 3.
No, not at all.
I haven't seen one. So.
Jumanji.
Dude, I will go see Jumanji 3. I will. I don't. If there's nothing, if so, here's the thing. Jumanji 3 is one of those, or the Jumanji movies, for instance. I like them enough that if I haven't been to the movies in a while and I just kind of want to go out and take my wife out to eat and go to a movie, I'll go pay to go see Jumanji 3 just because I know what I'm getting. Like, I like the first two movies. They're fucking stupid, but they're stupidly entertaining as well.
Is it Jumanji 3 or is it 4? Because the first one's still in the main universe from Robin Williams.
Oh, does that one still count?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I guess it's 4.
I guess so. Yeah, Brian, I made it about halfway through Mando, and I just couldn't find the motivation to finish it.
I see. I liked it. I don't know. I liked the Mando and Grogu. I enjoyed that movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, Clayface comes out in October as well.
I heard it's going to be the best Clayface movie ever.
I bet so.
I'm curious, but given the current state of the DCEU, I am very hesitant.
We're at a 50-50 on movies right now, and
Well, let's see.
we're unsure on the Green
Lantern.
Lantern series right now. So
Let's count how many movies and TV series for DC that have liked recently. Okay, I'm done counting.
I when does Lanterns come out?
let's see.
I don't remember.
I thought it was October, but
I love Green Lantern's one of my favorite DC characters. So
August 16th on HBO.
Okay, so I mean, I'll watch it.
I've heard that they're gonna kill Hal Jordan like in the first episode.
I heard that,
and I'm really hoping that's not
that
true.
same rumor too.
But it's being called a murder mystery. So
That first trailer when they destroyed a Grand National, they can just go fuck that series.
Yeah, I heard the same thing about them killing off Hal Jordan in the first episode. I really hope that's not true.
I think it was such a missed opportunity when they were doing this universe. Nathan Fillion should have been Hal Jordan. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Nathan
Yeah.
Fillion, not Guy Gardner. He should have been Hal Jordan.
well, and especially if they're going to just use him as a pass the torch kind of Green Lantern, which of course they are, because they're going to get Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart, and I have no problem with Jon Stewart being the main Green Lantern. Because of the Justice League show in the 90s and 2000s, he's become like the most popular Green Lantern. I get it. He's not my favorite Green Lantern, but he's a really good Green Lantern. And I completely understand that they're going to cater towards millennials who think of him as the go-to Green Lantern.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. I'm even okay if you find a way, in a respectful way, to kill off Hal Jordan to pass the torch, if it's done well. And I also agree that if that's the type of Hal Jordan you were going to have, one that you're going to kill off essentially and pass the torch to Jon Stewart, that 100% Nathan Fillion should have been that character.
well, the ages are so all over the place with these Green Lanterns. Hal is old. That guy playing Hal is not.
He's older than Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nathan Fillion's in his 50s.
I remember that show in the 90s he did for the early edition. He would get to like the newspaper a day ahead of time.
Yep. And they did what, Friday Night Lights, the TV show, I think, for a while. I don't know. I never watched it, but I don't have anything. I don't have anything against Kyle Chandler. In fact, what I saw of him in the trailer, like, he looked like he'll make a good Hal Jordan for an older Hal Jordan. But again, it is hard to not, acknowledge the missed opportunity of you are bringing the best person that could have played Hal Jordan into the DC universe and having him play a Green Lantern and it not being Hal Jordan. That's the problem.
He's voiced Hal Jordan for what, 10, 15 years in the animated movies?
Yes. Yeah. Like it's such a missed opportunity. Again, nothing against Kyle Chandler, nothing against having an older Hal Jordan to pass the torch to John Stewart, nothing against any of those story points.
Well, Nathan Fillion's supposed to be in the Lantern series too.
Yes. Yeah.
So where is Kyle? Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner needs to be brought in.
Kyle is my Lantern.
My introduction to Green Lantern was Superman the Animated Series with Kyle Rayner getting the ring.
Yeah.
It was like one episode, but that was my Green Lantern.
I used to do this thing like back in the day, like I don't know, like read comics.
Yeah.
Because they had a really good story where Kyle, the whole Emerald Twilight and all that stuff, where Kyle immense grief and went nuts for a while, and Kyle became the only Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, my Green Lantern was and always will be first and foremost Hal Jordan, because I grew up with Twilight Dawn. That was about the time I started. Well, it was a little after I started getting in. So I started getting into comics in the So I started getting into comics in the early 80s when I was very young, but it was all the old 60s Superman. And then by the mid 80s, I started actually buying modern comics. And so Emerald Dawn was like late 80s. And that was a phenomenal storyline, by the way. Great depiction of Hal Jordan, in my opinion. So how because he was my first Green Lantern, it will always be Green Lantern to me. However, I really, really loved the Justice League International Guy Gardner, because, like, first of all, that comic was fucking amazing. Like, the humor they put into that, between him and Adam and fucking Blue Beetle, and like they made Guy Gardner. That's where Guy Gardner to me became a really, really good character. Was in the late 80s and early 90s. So I like him too. John Stewart, I did not give a shit about in the comics. However, in the cartoon, the animated series, he was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Kyle was kind of the Green Lantern I missed out on, because he showed up in the comics a year or two before I stopped reading comics. And so that whole Emerald Twilight and all that shit, like I was getting out of comics right about the time that Parallax showed up. You know what I mean? And shit like that.
I will say too, I hate the retcon of Parallax when they introduced like the creatures, the entities of the power batteries. Yeah, and Parallax was just a corruption that caused Hal Jordan. That ruins the entire story. You had such a good story where he went mad. He becomes the Parallax, tries to reset the entire universe in 0 hour. During like the arc where the sun was dying, he sacrifices himself to reignite the sun after a Sun Eater tried to eat it. And he dies, a hero, redeeming himself. Then for penance, they had him become the new host of the Spectre. And he was fantastic as the Spectre. Then then the new editors-in-chief decided to come in and was like, let's reset the entire DC universe and bring back Barry Allen, Hal Jordan, get rid of Guy Gardner's Verdarian powers, which Guy Gardner Warrior was awesome. He was badass. But no, let's just reset everything back to the early 80s and late 1970s.
Yeah.
Party on Darth. Yeah. The elimination of Hal Jordan's entire character arc just really messed up the entire series.
Yeah, they introduced the whole Parallax thing to just like kind of like, no, it's fine. sometimes heroes fall. Like that was fine with the story. By making it, he was corrupted by that entity, cheapened the entire story.
Yeah, it takes all of the onus off of Hal.
Yeah.
And Cyborg Superman.
Yep.
But anyway, back to Lanterns. I will watch it.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. Again, Green Lantern. Not just Green Lantern, not just Hal Jordan or any one particular Green Lantern, but the Green Lantern Corps in general have always been some of my favorite parts of DC.
Including Daffy Duck.
Well, yeah. So I hope it's good. I hope the trailer, that first trailer was not great. They did drop a second trailer that was considerably better.
Yep. We actually saw green in the Green Lantern trailer. That was weird.
And so I hope it's good. I want it to be good. I like I said, while I do think it's a missed opportunity not getting Nathan Fillion to play Hal Jordan, especially if you're going to go with an older Hal Jordan, I don't have a problem. I think Kyle Chandler will do a good job. The other guy's name who plays Jon Stewart, I don't remember his name.
Aaron Pierre.
There you go. I've seen him in several things at this point. He's been good in everything I've seen in him. I think he'll do great as Jon Stewart. So I hope it's good. I do hope it's good.
And it's such a missed opportunity too when they had Guy Gardner in the Superman 2025 movie. That Guy Gardner was not the asshole Guy Gardner that he should have been at that time period.
Yeah,
it needs to be hammed up big time because he was a jerk.
Yeah, we'll see. Can I say?
No.
And I don't know. Jared's not going to give a shit about this, but Sith, you might. I have over time, not a lot, but over time, over the course of the last year or so, I've come to like the last Superman movie less than I originally did.
I have grown tired of the universe that he's setting up already. And as a result, I enjoy that Superman movie less.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think the movie's good. I still enjoy it.
Man of Steel's better.
Man of Steel is better.
Way
better.
fucking better.
But I think Superman 2025 is better than Superman Returns.
Oh yeah. No doubt about that. I think
Superman Returns, Bryan Singer makes Superman a stalker.
Yeah, and a deadbeat dad. So
I just like the clear difference here is every time I watch the movie, from last year, maybe I enjoy it a little bit less every time I watch it. You know what I mean? I like Man of Steel more every fucking time I watch it.
Yeah.
It's a go-to movie for me. And I know that in fucking comic fandom, that's an incredibly divisive statement to say because half the people love the movie, half the people fucking hate the movie. And I fully acknowledge why some people don't like it. And yes, there are things in that movie that I would have personally changed, although primarily the only thing I really would have changed was
Lois.
Death of Jonathan. Well, okay, Lois. I hate that fuck. I hate Amy Adams. I hate her.
Yeah, the Jonathan Kent, there's like a couple things. Like I said, Man of Steel, I like it a lot. Things I don't like about it is the whole Jonathan sacrificing for himself for no reason.
Yeah.
He can move at a speed and nobody would have known. He could just pick his dad up, flown away with his dad. Oh, the tornado picked him up and miracle, he got set down safely somewhere. And he could have been back under the bridge before he might even noticed.
I think killing Jonathan Kent was a good thing. I don't think the way it was done was good. And I think that just comes down to Zack Snyder and the people who helped Zack Snyder write the movie not understanding that it wasn't some forced situation that Jonathan Kent was trying to prove a point, and that's why he has to die, and that then makes an impact on Superman. The point was to teach Clark that he cannot save everybody, which is why he's supposed to die of a heart attack. He's supposed to die of something that Clark can't do anything about.
The way he died, Clark could have easily saved him.
Yes. And again, I'm not.
Or it made it even more touching if he actually did try to save him and do like what I just said, and he dies of a heart attack because of it, because of the rush.
Yeah, something like that. Again, the death itself not a problem because I think the death of Jonathan Kent was an unfortunate but good. It was a good thing for Superman's character, right?
Yes. The way they did it in Smallville was absolutely phenomenal.
Yes. Oh yeah. Smallville was fantastic. Well, Smallville was fantastic across the board.
The other thing I didn't like about the movie was his speech about should I let him die? And having Jonathan Kent say, "Yeah, maybe." Like, that is not something he would say.
I agree to a degree, but I think they were taking it a different direction. Jonathan was way more worried about Clark than he was about anyone else. That's how I took it from that. Was like he was worried about Clark being found out by the government.
Yes, Jonathan Kent was, 100%. I think. And what was, and again, I still maintain, because I love the fucking movie, and I maintain that a beautiful, beautiful thing that was done in the movie was, yes, Jonathan Kent was very, very, very overly concerned about Clark. He loved Clark. That's his son. He wanted to protect him, and he knew, because he didn't obviously clearly know the scope of Clark's powers, and that realistically nobody could have fucking done anything to Clark. He didn't know that because Clark hadn't gone that far with his powers yet. He was overly concerned, but it's beautiful the way it was done at the end of the movie where he's talking to Martha and she's like, he was trying to protect you. Essentially, she says he was trying to protect you so that you could get to the point one day to be the hero he knew you could be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautifully done by what's her face. I'm blanking on everybody's fucking name tonight. Who played Martha? Like, it was a great fucking like.
Why did you say that name?
He wasn't fucking ashamed of you. You know what I mean? He wasn't. He
was terrified for you.
Down. He was terrified for you, but he also had such enormous hope for who you would become if you were allowed to become that person, and he didn't want anything to keep you from becoming that person. He always saw you as a hero. You know, like, it's a beautiful moment in that movie.
I really liked his story about, he was the hero, but he caused a whole lot of suffering for the people down the road. You got to think about your actions in their entirety. When he was talking about saving the farm from the flood, and he flooded the Lang's farm.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will tell you one of the best things for that movie, though, if you will, whoever it was, they edited the movie and got the colors back to where they should have been. Where everything's nice, bright, and colorful.
Yeah.
It makes that movie look so
it does.
I saw someone do an edit of the 2025 movie where they replaced the logo with a more traditional S. And while I like that logo, it looked better with a more authentic Superman crest.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about them using the
Kingdom Come
logo.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, but can I just say, by far, even in the comics, Man of Steel has my favorite iteration of Zod.
Yes.
I thought
Michael Shannon was so good.
Fucking, like, the way he wasn't just evil. He wasn't just a bad guy.
Well,
you know what I mean?
The acting with Michael Shannon, he had passion in the role, and it really contrasts with the Flash when he came back and he was acting, and you could tell he did not give a shit.
Yeah, he didn't want to fucking be there.
He was not happy to be there. And he was flat. He was very bad at acting in that movie because he didn't care.
Yeah. I liked the way he portrayed it, and whether it was just him or him and the writing or whatever, I liked the portrayal of, like, this was a dude. I mean, ultimately, this was a guy who was a very powerful man. He was a general of the army, and he was trying to save Krypton. Like, he wasn't just a bad guy that wanted to do bad things. Like from the very beginning of the movie, you know, set when Clark's a baby, like he's trying to save Krypton. He's trying to save his people. It's not just the one note, I'm bad because I'm bad.
Well, his choice to terraform Earth is just petty.
Well, I think he was doing that because of Jor-El.
Sure.
Yeah, because
I mean, he was a bad guy, but he wasn't just a one-note bad guy.
Yeah. Because he could have easily terraformed any other planet in our solar system. Like one of the moons of Jupiter have been perfect.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the closer they got to the sun, the better it would have been for them.
I think it would have terraformed like a Mercury or Venus and been better for Kryptonians.
To be fair, Clark even says that. Why terraform the Earth? Oh, and have our people suffer like you did? Well, I'll say Zod got it figured out pretty quick. So
yeah. Well, and that was another thing that I liked was it wasn't just like, you know, it wasn't just about, oh, he's Superman, so he can fucking defeat anybody. Well, no, because Zod is far more skilled than he is. Zod figured that shit out way quicker and started beating the shit out of fucking Clark. And that makes perfect fucking sense. Like, he's a fucking skilled warrior, way older than fucking Clark is.
Yeah.
He's a fucking badass, and he fucking just got Superman powers. Like, yeah. He's a fucking danger. Like, a clear danger. It's also why I don't have as much of a problem with fucking Superman killing him.
I didn't have a problem with that at all.
It did not faze me at all. And afterwards, when people started bringing it up, and I was like,
first time Superman's had to kill them.
No, it's not.
No.
And it was also
the Superman 2 movie. He kills them.
He throws them into a bottomless pit after taking away their powers. Yes.
Yep.
So,
but no, you're forgetting the Donner cut where they get arrested by Metropolis PD in the middle of the Arctic.
I don't remember.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, have you ever seen it, Jared? It's fucking awful.
It makes it.
Awful.
The more you think about it, the less sense it makes.
Yeah.
They're in.
There is one other thing I didn't like about the Man of Steel. The whole stupidity when he's the Logan truck. He's trying to keep a low profile instead of just teaching the jerk a lesson in the bar. He could have easily done when not shown he's a superhuman. He does a thing that only a superhuman can do. Plus, more than likely, that man didn't own that truck.
Yeah, I didn't have as much problem with that. That was way better than getting his powers back and then going back to the bar to beat up the guy that beat him up. That was a way better option.
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking petty ass bullshit. that was a very non-Clark move. But nah, man. See, look, this is just proof of it right here. Like, we'll sit here and have an entire fucking 20-minute conversation about Man of Steel, a 15 fucking year old movie, when fucking Superman just came out last year.
Yeah, and like it was good. I liked how comic booky it felt, but
it was. I
don't remember that much of it.
He was not even the main character in his own movie.
No, but I will say, and this has always been, and I say this.
I'm sorry, you don't start the movie with Superman in a Yamcha pose.
No, I say this as a compliment, but it is one of the most, if not the most, comic book movie I've ever seen, and I say that as a compliment. In that, when I watched Superman 2025, I felt like I was watching a motion comic.
Yeah,
and I say that again. That's not an insult at all. I thought it was well done. I also like the aspect of it that it was like they didn't fucking do an origin story for anybody. You're just dumped into this pre-existing comic book universe. I did appreciate that as well. Again, I still like the movie. It's just Not as
I
good
would
as
say the most comic booky movie I feel I like the best is the Ray Stevenson Punisher Warzone.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought you were going to say something else for a split second, and I was going to reach through the internet and slap you.
What was it, Ang Lee's 2003 Hulk?
Yes, God damn. Where they literally had comic book panels on the fucking screen with word bubbles and shit.
I like the way
damn.
Ray Stevenson, you drop in the universe, Punisher exists.
Mhm.
The lighting was done really, really nice to capture like kind of like elements of the comic book color palettes and stuff, but not done where it's like some kind of campy thing.
I'm getting
But the
my
only thing issue was
applesauce
that
back.
they had Ray Stevenson's Punisher basically have superhuman strength because he could punch somebody through the skull into the brain,
Yeah.
which is
No, I got a serious
I don't really mind. So
I got a serious question for you, Jared. As a huge Hulk fan, what do you think of Ang Lee's Hulk?
Specifically, the dog punching the dogs in the nuts scene.
Because I think that movie's
also hits himself in the nuts
fucking-
with the tank barrel.
yeah. I personally
There's a scene where he's ripping the turd off the tank, and he hits himself in the nuts. He goes, ah!
yeah.
The whole fact where Ang Lee didn't understand the Hulk, where it's like, we need to make him get bigger when he gets madder, so that we got to show that he's getting stronger.
Yeah, at one point he's like 20 feet tall, and he's got Betty in his hand, like this.
Like King Kong.
He's like holding her like that.
Yeah. That was just so stupid. Like his head was the biggest human, bigger than humans at some points. But the only thing I liked about that incarnation, it helped sell the trauma that was what created the Hulk.
It did.
His father was a monster. Now, different reason in the comics, his father was he was an absolute monster for different reasons. He hated Bruce because he thought Bruce was a mutant. Because he was a super genius even as a baby. And that's why he hated his wife and beat and ended up killing her. And he was able to be so manipulative too, where he didn't go to jail and still kept Bruce. And
What's up, George?
Mentally abused Bruce throughout his childhood. That's one of the things that created the Hulk. So they touched on a little bit of that with that movie. That's probably basically the only redeeming part. Plus, their Betty was pretty hot.
Yeah.
The best looking Betty we've had.
Now, Bruce was too attractive. Eric Bana is just too like.
I think Ed Norton was the best.
Ed Norton was the best, but
Ed Norton, he did method acting. He was Bruce Banner.
he was just going around punching random people just to get into the character of Hulk.
He really channeled David Bixby.
I know that movie it's looked down upon. I don't know why. I love Incredible.
Hulk fans think that's the best Hulk movie.
Well, it is. It's fucking amazing. And I'm not a Hulk fan like you. Like, I like Hulk.
Yeah.
I love Marvel Comics, but I'm not a
Oh, that
diehard
movie's
Hulk
great.
fan. And I love that movie.
It's a nice mix between the David Bixby and Lou Ferrigno TV series and comic book Hulk. It's a great mix.
Yeah. I love that movie. I maintain it's one of it's definitely in the top tier.
The only thing I didn't really care for is their design for the Abomination.
Yeah.
Which I understand too, though, looking back, because a whole fish fin ears and things is kind of silly. Or like a mutation.
Yeah.
We can all agree that Eric Bana and what's his name were
Ruffalo.
way better than Ruffalo.
Yes.
Cannot stand Ruffalo as Hulk. Every time I
Ruffalo
see
just
him,
plays Ruffalo. He don't play Bruce Banner.
right. The first Avengers, he wasn't too bad, but it's just gotten worse and worse since then.
I hate Mark Ruffalo as a human being, and I truly do. I hate him as a human being.
He's a horrible person.
And I can't. His Hulk is just.
The Hulk-
Again, you're right. I would say his Hulk was. There's 3 movies I've liked his Hulk in. Two of which was just because he was just Hulk in Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. I thought he did fine. When he's Hulk. When he's Bruce Banner, he fucking sucked. When he's Hulk. And then I liked him. I like Hulk, not Bruce Banner. I like Hulk in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Well, his Bruce Banner wasn't even nearly as bad in the first Avengers. He was acceptable. He wasn't great, but he was like.
Well, I will give him this. His opening scene in that movie is fantastic. When Black Widow goes to find him in that village.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Uh-huh.
But the 2008 Hulk movie with Ed Norton, the whole warehouse scene, like the factory scene when the military go in to go get him, that whole horror aspect, like him just like picking them off the shelves. That was just chef's kiss. Yeah. It was just fantastic. Yeah. That whole movie is. I'm sorry. It's to me it's equal to Iron Man 1.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's just so stupid. They pushed Ed Norton out. It's because he wanted to make an accurate Hulk movie. He wanted to be as accurate as possible to the character. The whole like training, meditating, like trying to keep himself calm. That's totally something Bruce Banner does.
I wonder how different the MCU would be today if they had kept Ed Norton. And I say that because, and I think everybody knows this at this point, the reason Ed Norton left is he wanted more creative control.
Yep.
So he would have had some influence. I don't know how much influence. A lot of people were like, no, he wants more money. No, he didn't want more money. He wanted creative control over the character.
Yep. No, I can see that's been a whole Disney thing too, because the first two movies were Universal type thing, and Disney come in right there afterwards. So him wanting control, I can see Disney going, no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, it sucks. He was as perfect a Hulk as we've ever gotten, or Bruce Banner.
And I like this Hulk is more savage too.
Now that being said, I don't have a problem with, because it's part of the comics. Part of what I always liked about Hulk was that he goes through changes and phases and becomes different versions of the Hulk. I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah.
However, there seems to be a constant slide into making Hulk a pussy.
Yes. Which I figured they were going to do that. Way things were going, I figured they were going to do that because he is the personification of like the everything they hate about men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think it really started with Ragnarok, where they tried to start turning him into a little bit of a joke character. I liked him in Ragnarok. I thought it was
that take on Hulk worked for that movie for very specific reasons.
Yeah.
Partially because that is the relationship him and Thor have, and he had been Hulk for so long that Hulk would start to have his own personality. Mm-hmm. And again, that it worked for that movie.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't work for anything else.
They never did explain how the hell he got on their version of Sakaar.
No, they never did.
Last time we saw the Hulk before that movie, he was flying off in a Quinjet at the
He was over China. Like,
yeah, he was on Earth, and it was not a ship that had space flight capability.
No.
I would say I still crack up every single time when he's on the ship and he tells Valkyrie, "Watch this," and then he jumps out and
it just
face plants.
Yeah.
She just sit there like, "What the fuck is going on here?" That scene will always crack me up. I love Ragnarok. I think that might be my favorite.
See, that's when Takiki, whatever his name was.
Yeah. He got too much.
He didn't write the movie. He was the producer, the director of the movie.
Yeah, They went too crazy into his direction after Ragnarok because Ragnarok was fun. But I think that's why I liked Ragnarok, was because it was just fun.
The problem right now, too, they have a problem with all like the superhero movies. They gotta have them be self-deprecating. Like they gotta make fun of the genre in the movies. It's like, stop that.
Well, I mean, no, it's what we were talking about earlier. It was a deconstruction of
Yeah,
those
exactly.
characters. And here's the thing: what was good? What was good about Thor Ragnarok is there was 100% a deconstruction of Thor in Thor Ragnarok
Yes.
in the first act, and then he builds himself up stronger by the third act.
Yes.
And then
And that's okay if you're going to do that, but if you're just going to deconstruct a hero just to bring them down, and there is no redemption or building back up or whatever, then it becomes a problem.
I get this reference.
And then they completely forgot all of Thor's upgrades by the end of Endgame.
Which, okay, so
Well, the Russo brothers
Here's the
admitted
thing.
that they didn't know what to do with super powerful characters.
He
like
was-
Thor and Hulk.
I understand why I'm not saying I liked it, but I understand why for the story they did it. He was too goddamn strong by Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
He was way too fucking strong. And you can't do that. Or, I'm sorry, by the end of Infinity War, he was way too fucking strong. And honestly, like, they needed a fucking challenge. And you can't have Thor, who is as strong as he was by the end of Ragnarok and going into Infinity War, as part of the team in fucking Endgame, because the movie would be over in the first 10 fucking minutes.
Well, that's exactly why what the Russos admitted. They said they didn't know what to do with Hulk and Thor because they're too powerful. That's why they had to nerf them.
Yeah.
Which I get. I don't like it, but I get it. I understand for storytelling purposes.
What sucks too, the Professor Hulk, for MCU Professor Hulk, is an absolute pussy. He was a monster in the comics. He was it's just Banner. That's all it is. It's just Banner in a bigger, stronger body. Not even as strong as
Betty.
It's not even as strong as his Savage form. It's
Poor Betty during that time.
Yeah.
Feel
now
bad
in the
for her.
comics, he had the power of the Savage Hulk, and his personalities were mixed. Not just he had Banner's intellect, but he also had the macho-ness of the Grey Hulk, and just the
He was super stud.
he was an alpha male, basically just what you would put it. He was all aspects of his personality mixed into one
He was
body.
basically Andrew Tate, so.
That's why they called him the merged Hulk. Later on, they started calling him Professor Hulk. Or Smart Hulk.
Yep. There you go. Fuck Andrew Tate.
I mean, it's just not a bigger alpha out there.
Yeah.
No, it's like he got his last fight. He got beat up by a sissy.
We're talking about Hulk or Andrew Tate?
Andrew. Well,
Well, both. Right at this point, before we talk about the MCU, both.
I've said it multiple times. They had what they could have done a really cool thing in the with Endgame.
With the ancient one.
Yep. They could have let loose the Savage.
Yeah, they'd already done it with Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's body could move on its own when he was out of his body.
Yeah, Hulk should have done
And
the
the
same thing.
Hulk and Banner are two different personalities. The Hulk has its own personality. When she pushed him out of the Hulk's body, and while they were talking, they could have had his body start twitching and moving, the Hulk body, and he could be like, put me back at the end of the movie. Instead of bringing in Captain Mary Sue to take out the ship, Banner could have asked Doctor Strange to do the same thing and push him out of the Hulk and release the monster.
Mhm. Yeah.
Endgame really needs to be recut for a couple things too. The main thing is when all the other female superheroes stop fighting so they can line up and pose. We got this.
Have just one shot from one of Thanos' ships. Just take them all out.
cut that whole thing, that scene out, because it takes you out of the fight, of the infight.
Yes. Well, I'm curious how much, because they're supposed to be re-releasing Endgame before Doomsday comes out, with new scenes supposed to lead into Endgame. I'm curious how much they're going to change. I mean,
Probably.
probably not that. That's probably going to be emphasized a little bit more. But
Probably so. That's like, oh god. It's like you stopped fighting everybody you were fighting, so everybody was getting overwhelmed. So you can all line up in a pose. We got her back.
and that's why Black Widow died, so she didn't have to be part of that lineup. She was like, "This isn't happening."
I didn't think about that. So yeah, she knew that was coming. It was foretold to her. It's like, oh, this is too cringe. I'll take the sacrifice. It's like they killed some like the original Gamora. They replaced her with the more angry Gamora, but
that was another thing I didn't really like, because I liked Gamora and
not to mention too, this whole timey-wimey stuff. They're like bringing people from other timelines in. They already start muddling things up.
Yeah.
Well, I like the incursions. So
I liked Peter and Gamora way better than Peter and Nebula. So
yeah.
all right, gentlemen. Well, it's time to shut this one down. I do have another chat on the other channel, although I think I'm on both channels right now. But got another chat on the other channel coming up in about 5 minutes. So we're gonna go over there and discuss some. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have an agenda.
Well, about how I hate double ball pegs. His damn neck won't move backwards. He can't look up.
we're gonna infiltrate it and just talk about cars. So
I mean, maybe
there we go.
We'll see. But all right, we're gonna get out of here.
I was looking for vent visors for my car. And apparently, it's so old they quit making them. It's like, damn it! I like to be able to crack my window when it's raining and not get. Old.
I don't know when I'm doing another Geek Chat. Maybe I'll do one next week. I'll be out of town next week, but maybe I can do one out of town. I'm taking my laptop with me.
Oh,
so
you could do it at the thing.
At the thing.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see.
JB's not gonna know what hit him.
Nope. But we're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys next time. Adios. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and whatever. Bye.